In October 2013, at age 17, Barry van Peer won the Next Talent of Darts event in the Netherlands, which featured the best young players from both the Netherlands and Germany. This got him a place in the 2013 Find a Masters Youth Draw, where he finished as the runner-up and made his Dutch television debut. In 2013, he also managed to win the boys team and overall categories with the Dutch team at the WDF Europe Cup, which he also managed to win in the following year, as well as the youth singles title at the Denmark Open. In 2015, he made his debut on the PDC Development Tour, and he had a great first weekend, winning 2 of the first 4 events. He dropped just 5 legs in 7 games in both of his tournament wins, and his only losses over the weekend came in deciding legs to former tour card holders Jamie Lewis and Aidan Kirk. At the next weekend, he lost in the 3rd round in the first 2 events before reaching back-to-back quarter-finals on the second day. He didn't get past the last 16 of another Development Tour event that year, but did enough to finish 3rd on the Order of Merit, which was enough for him to get a tour card for 2016 after Bradley Kirk, who topped the table, declined one due to health reasons. At the second UK Open qualifier event, he managed to get to a quarter-final, which helped him to qualify for his first PDC major, where he lost in the first round in the deciding leg. His best result in a Players' Championship event in this year was a quarter-final, but he also continued to compete on the Development Tour, where he reached his first final of the year at the final event. He was ranked 48th on the Players' Championship Order of Merit at the end of the year, allowing him to qualify for the Players' Championship Finals, where he beat Christo Reyes in the first round before losing to Josh Payne. He also appeared in the World Youth Championship towards the end of the year, where he got all the way to the televised final, in which he lost to Corey Cadby on the Players' Championship Finals stage. He had a less successful 2017 season, but he got a place in the Grand Slam of Darts held towards the end of the year, as he appeared in the World Youth Final nearly a full year earlier. In parts of the 2017 season, he had struggled with Dartitis, which he first got at a floor event. It went away for a while, but the World Youth Championship, held just a week before the Grand Slam, it came back, forcing him to change his throw and seek help from a physiotherapist. He also suffered from a muscle pain and used dry needling. In his opening group game against Simon Whitlock, Van Peer struggled to release his first start. However, he still played well, despite the fact that many people in the crowd, who thought he was just playing slow during high-pressure moments, were cheering. The game went to a deciding leg, and after Whitlock had missed 6 match darts, Van Peer hit double 10 to win, despite the fact that it took him nearly 25 seconds after turning the oche to release his first start. This was a great win for Berry, and he looked to be dealing with the Dartitis fairly well. However, on the following day, his Dartitis got even worse when he faced Gary Anderson. He went 3-0 down, and the crowd began to boo, making it even harder for him. We also saw this huge average difference, which is very rare. He got a leg on the board, but at the start of the 5th leg, he began to cry due to difficulty in releasing his first start, and the crowd then began to get behind him. He ended up losing 5-1, and both Gary Anderson and Ross Bray consoled him on the stage. Following the game, many members of the darting community showed their support, including Phil Taylor. Gary said on Twitter that he had to hold back the tears himself during the game. Despite the loss, Van Peer still had a chance at qualifying for the next round, as when he faced Cameron Menzies in the final group game, a win for either player would have taken them through. He started this game well, taking the opening leg and having seemingly got over the worst of the Dartitis. However, as the game went on and the finish line got closer, it began to get worse. The game eventually went to a sudden left leg, where Van Peer struggled and Menzies had a shot at 116 to win, but he missed on the inside of tops. Menzies was then unable to finish 20 with 3 darts, giving Berry a shot at 79. It took him nearly 30 seconds to throw the first half of this visit, which hit single 19, and then quickly he hit single 20, leaving tops for the match, but he was unable to release the dart at tops and stepped back for 40 seconds before throwing the dart, which missed on the inside. Menzies then missed 3 more match starts, taking his total up to 7. It took Berry a while to throw at double 10, but he hit it with his first dart, meaning that he went through. Both players were very emotional and in tears after the game as they hugged.
I was practicing not different, but throwing a little bit different with my first dart. That helped a lot, and I just tried to compose myself every time, like, okay, just pull your foot to the rock and just get rid of it right away. And the other ones, just hope your first dart is a treble. If that's the treble, that's the biggest bonus I can have. So, and to be honest, I started very good for my feeling, and at the end, yeah.
Van Peer continued to struggle in the next game, where he faced Mensa Sulovic, who himself used to struggle with Dartitis. Van Peer lost this game 10-2, but at 8-1 down, he managed to hit an 119 checkout, which gave him and the crowd something to smile about. He lost his tour card at the end of 2017 and failed to win it back at the start of 2018. He spent 2018 playing on both the Challenge and Development Tour, and he managed to win a Development Tour title towards the end of the year. At this time, his Dartitis had mostly gone, but he was struggling with his rhythm. He was unsuccessful at Q School again in 2019 and spent the year on the secondary tours again, where he managed to win a Challenge Tour title. However, at the start of the year, during a stream game at a WDF event, it was clear to see that his Dartitis had returned, and it took him nearly a minute and a half to throw 3 darts towards the end of the game. He got close to getting his tour card back at the start of 2020, but lost in the final on the 3rd day of EUQ School and was not high enough on the Order of Merit. He won the first event on the Development Tour that year and got his tour card back through the Development Tour Order of Merit at the end of the year. He appeared on TV at the 2021 UK Open, and the Dartitis seems to have gone away again. He got to a semi-final at a Players' Championship event in 2021, but failed to push on and lost his tour card at the end of 2022. However, at the start of 2023, he managed to win the Dutch Open, which is the largest darts tournament in terms of entries in the world, with the men's draw having over 2,500 entries. This was his first WDF ranking title, and he won it on the ball. During the final, there were no signs of Dartitis either. He also won the 6th event on this year's Challenge Tour with an average of 112, the 6th highest on the Challenge Tour since the introduction of Darts Connect.